Yeah. Yes, I can hear you. Okay. Welcome, Revenue. You get that address? Okay, good. Yeah.
Thank you so much for keeping it locked in to Radio Caribbean International, the Caribbean Sound. It's now time for the Red Table. Thank you for sticking with us. I'm your host, Ika Fergus, and my guest today is the Honorable Minister Emma Hippolyte, OBE, Minister for Commerce, Manufacturing, Business Development, Cooperatives and Consumer Affairs, Parliamentary Representative for Soufrière Foncé Jacques, affectionately known as Auntie Emma, caring, hardworking, committed, humanitarian, putting you first. And she's definitely a lady who deserves all the accolades, as she is highly accomplished and is a huge role model for our women and girls in St. Lucia. Welcome, Minister Hippolyte. You are live.
Thank you, Ika. Thank you for RCI for having us. I think it's a good program. Good morning, St. Lucia. Good morning, Soufrière Foncé Jacques. I am actually very pleased to be in this program this morning, and I am thankful for that introduction.
Yes. Minister Hippolyte, I'm thankful for your bright spirit. You sound very bright this morning. You know, despite our weather, we have some partly clouds, we have some sun coming in, but it's a beautiful day. So we get straight into it. Minister Hippolyte was awarded the Order of the British Empire, OBE, in 2006 for her services to the government and public service. And she has also been a member of the Senate of St. Lucia from 1987 to 2020. So can you give us just a brief history of your political career for people who have been like, really? She has done all that? She has been through all that?
Well, I'm glad that you asked about my political career. I would prefer to answer that in terms of the life of service that I have provided to the people of St. Lucia.
Yes, yes.
As you know, you are correct. I started my work life as a secretary. I started as a secretary. I attended the Mount Fortune Technical College. Then I became a secretary. Then while working as a secretary, I learned accounting and auditing in an auditing firm because I was a secretary there. Then I moved on to get my qualifications, as I believe I'm the first qualified accountant in this country, if the Canadians.
Wonderful.
Then I went to work so technically I've audited, when I think I've audited almost every business in St. Lucia.
Wonderful.
And then I moved over to the Bank of St. Lucia. At the time, it was the National Commercial Bank as the internal auditor. And then I moved from there to become the Auditor General of the Government of St. Lucia, Director of Audit of the Government of St. Lucia. Things happened there. The United Workers' Party administration felt that I was too factual in some of the reports that I released. So my contract was not renewed. Then I left and I went to work with the FAO in Rome. I stayed there for 3 years. I came back to the NIC. Then I came back to the NIC and made what I believe were the transformation to that institution, where I opened it up to the people. And after that, again, the United Workers' Party administration did not renew my contract. So I went back to Rome. Dr. Kenny Anthony, in his wisdom, placed me in the Senate, and I was very thankful for that because I was serving our people in a different capacity then. So then I moved from being a senator to becoming the candidate and then later the parliamentary rep for Grosile. I served. Then we had an election which we lost. And then I came back and then decided that I wanted, if I'm going to remain in politics, that I wanted to serve my people also for a future. So here I am today, serving them. I have done 4.5 years. I believe that I have served every individual in this constituency. And you are correct when you say, affectionately known as Auntie Emma.
Yes.
Yellow, red, age, those who are older than me, all of them, that's how they call me. And I'm pleased that I've had that relationship with them. I've remained with them for 4.5 years, serving them in every capacity. And I'm pleased today that I'm being endorsed again to be the candidate for this election.
Wonderful.
And it's an election that has tremendous implications for the people of St. Lucia, because when you compare where we were with the last administration, and you see us coming in 2021, in July 2021, a team headed by our capable political leader, um, Honorable Philip J. Pierre. And we had a team that, what I believe when I sit at the table every day, had everybody was on board with one singular focus, putting the people of St. Lucia first. That is what we promise. And I believe every day, every drop of what we did every day for these 4.5 years was putting the people of St. Lucia first, whether they were pensioners, whether they were people in the public service. And I think today we have persons that are moving from temporary to permanent. We have an activity today to cause that to happen, I think around 11 o'clock. So all of that, we've brought in all our home caregivers. They were temporary, we've made them permanent. We've looked at the situation in the country as it relates to the cost of living, and we looked at the wages, and we took a decision to introduce a minimum wage that impact thousands of persons throughout. All of that is to ensure that our people have a better standard of living. And as I sit in my own ministry, every day we have the issue of grappling with imported inflation, high cost of goods coming in. And as a government, I'm pleased that we have taken the decision to continue subsidizing cooking gas, for example. We spent millions subsidizing that. So every adult, every person who purchases a small 20 or 22-pound gas cylinder has been subsidized by this government. We've taken the decision as well to subsidize flour, for example. So every individual who has purchased a loaf of bread has felt the love of the government of the St. Lucia Labour Party, because
Wonderful.
we have subsidized that. The bread that we offer here in St. Lucia, I think it's almost the cheapest in the entire OECS. So St. Lucia, you have a government that has been working for you. When you look at the area of education, the focus on education, assisting mothers, and a lot of them single mothers, to ensure that the children attend school. And every summer, you have this back to school support. You have the one laptop per child program to help persons in the secondary schools, to help mothers. Then you have the $500 paid to mothers for children entering the secondary school. Then you had our prime minister supporting the private daycare centers
Yes.
and making a commitment to ensure that we have early childhood education free of charge in the coming term. This is a government that continues to put the people first. When you look at what we have done for our young people, when you look at the youth economy, a masterstroke by our prime minister. And now we have just under 2,000 young persons who have benefited with grants and loans and have started their own businesses. We are starting a platform that has never before established in this country. And when you look at existing businesses within my ministry, the MSME Loan Grant Program, how we have taken some $10 million from CDB, and that was topped up by another $4 million from our consolidated fund by Honorable Prime Minister to support persons, those existing businesses and those who want, and that's adults between the ages of 35 and 60. And we had a first, when we put that program together, we expected about 500 persons applying. Between the first and second calling, we've had over 900 persons apply.
Wow.
And now we have approved over 700 of these.
Okay.
New
So before,
persons receive,
Minister
so I
Hippolyte,
can speak
before,
until tomorrow morning.
yes, yes, but before you get into some of your achievements, your proudest achievements during your tenure, let's just go through the current energy in your constituency of Suffren
Yes.
Potejac? And of course, are you confident with the level of support that your constituents have been giving you thus far?
Yes, I must say, yes, I am, and that's at every level. We have the seniors that are locked down; they understand what it is to experience love from a government. We have our young persons that we have to work with, and I can see them being energized when you speak to them. A lot of them at the beginning were not interested. They do not know. They say, well, this thing of politics. But when you start engaging them, like last week, and I walked into a barber shop, and there was this guy, and I'm engaging him in the politics. He said he's not interested, and so on. And I said, well, have you heard of the MSME loan program? And he was a beneficiary, and he did not link the fact that that policy that we had, but he has received this. He has not linked it to politics and the Central Labour Party. So we have to speak to our people. Some of the young persons as well have not linked the two things. They go to school, they get the laptop, and they just think it drops from the sky. Parents, when I speak to my seniors, I always say, parents, speak to your children. Let them understand that what they have is a result of a good policy of a government.
And Minister Hippolyte, I agree with you 100% because, well, as on the ground, you hear people saying, well, I never get nothing, I'm not
Yes.
getting anything, nobody checking for me. But to me, it's not about you sitting and waiting for somebody to come to you. This is the atmosphere and this is the time where you need to go forth and ask questions, find out what is happening. And just like you said, Minister Hippolyte, there are things that are in place that our government has put in place and they don't even know. There's no link. They're not sure where it's coming from, but then they will say, well, there's nothing for us. So I agree with what you say, and I appreciate that you made it clear for us to understand.
Yes, that persons need to link what is happening on the ground in the economy. Sometimes when you engage persons, they watch the news, they see what is happening in the US. They do not link it to its impact on their own lives here. That when the president of the US took a policy of America first and implemented tariffs in the US, it has impact for us as a people in St. Lucia. Prices at the border increases. And that is why, as a government, we took the decision to remove VAT on several items, especially food items. And that is why we are working with our business community to ensure that the VAT that is removed on the basket of service goods, that it is actually passed on to the people. So I want to take this moment as well to thank the business community for working with us. I know it's a bit of a tug and war sometimes, but we are at the table, and that is what's important. We are at the table, and there's a give and take, and I'm pleased that the business community is cooperating with us in that respect.
Okay,
We have the
so
VAT removal on building materials, a lot of things that this government has done. We have been fortunate. We have been fortunate after COVID, and we have been fortunate having a good minister of tourism. Our tourism has increased substantially, and that has caused us as a government to be able to pass on whatever we are getting straight back to our people.
okay,
That's what we
so
have been doing.
okay, so Minister Hippolyte, we take a short pause. When we come
Yes.
back, you will tell us of your proudest achievements within your ministry and your constituency throughout your tenure, and then we continue after that.
Okay.
This is the Red Table on Radio Caribbean International. Please stand by.
My name is Richard Frederick, and I am the Minister with responsibility for housing. I am extremely proud that the National Housing Assistance Program has worked. For years, many St. Lucians have lived in conditions that are unstable and unsafe. As a government, we decided to do something about it. Today, hundreds of houses have been repaired. Thousands of families have been positively impacted. A lot of St. Lucian citizens are now living in safer, more comfortable, and more dignified conditions. Real homes, real life changes, progress you show and feel.
Welcome back to the Red Table on Radio Caribbean International. We continue with my guest today, Minister Emma Hippolyte. Minister Hippolyte, yes, we continue with your proudest achievements, your biggest achievements within your ministry and constituency throughout your tenure.
Well, within the Ministry of Commerce, no doubt, the flagship program for us is the MSME loan grant program, which I have provided the details on. There is no doubt that we now have over 700 businesses that the government has supported. And we are working with them. We continue to work with them so they can move from one stage to the next. I'm very pleased about that. The training continues and everything continues. And I'm really hoping that we can continue this program in our next term of office to continue providing support to our medium and small businesses. Now, within my constituency, I have several programs. One of the areas that I identified that was of concern to me is our human resource capital. And we have made a lot of effort in trying to train our young persons to prepare them, give them skills. We had our boat boys program. We now have air conditioning training. We have training in plumbing. We have training in accounting, customer service. Really beefing up because as we expand and do physical works, infrastructure, we must have a team of persons from Soufrière that can get employment in these institutions. But the biggest thing for me when I walk around, the number of persons that we have assisted in the area of housing. Hundreds of persons in the area of housing, going into Palmis and Market Road and removing asbestos that has been on that roof for over 60 years, which is a cancer causing agent. And now the people of Palmis, the people of Market Road have roofs and they are that threat of cancer has been removed. I'm particularly pleased about that. Other flagship projects we have is a whole GPH project and what we are doing now in Barons Drive. Again, in addition to the physical infrastructure of transforming Barons Drive, working with the people there. Only this week, we've had two events where we signed contracts. We've signed contracts with contractors to renovate at least 10 shops in Barons Drive. And we have also signed contracts with the shop owners in terms of what you're doing. That is a transformation that is going to change Soufrière. And while you're doing this, we are working with another 40 young men and women, unemployed youth, that we are trying to get them into businesses in Barron Drive. We are seeing, and from last year, we've seen a surge in the number of high-end yachts coming to Soufrière. Last year, we had about 60. And I am telling them, these people are high-end, high-worth people, and we want to get them on shore and that they can go into Barons Drive, sit at a restaurant and feel comfortable. So there's a lot of work we're doing in that area. The transformation in what we have done in the Soufrière Foundation as well. When we came in, it was broke. It was owing everybody. Now we have a foundation that is liquid and we have a foundation that's about to start its own administrative headquarters. There's significant infrastructural work, for example, that we're doing. We had to put our hospital on pause to ensure that as a government, we finish St. Jude's Hospital. We had to put it on pause, but I can give people a commitment that next term, God willing, you will see the beginning of the Soufrière Hospital. The work that we have done with youth in football, when you look at what is happening, infrastructure, I want to take this moment to thank Yasha Trubiskov and Anchasne Jade Mountain for the tremendous support they've provided to young people in the area of sports. And I want to thank Sugar Beach for the support they have given us, especially in healthcare, for the equipments and upgrades of our hospital. What are our achievements? When you look at what we're doing in the area of roads, for the first time in more than 30 years, the Soufrière Fochejac mini road is receiving significant attention. We are having a new road. We are the whole area of Wingswheel Tongue Extension. The roads were in dilapidated positions. We are now giving them new roads. We have gone into Chateau Bel and we're doing the Don Fiodi Road. We have gone to Mont Lacroix and we are doing this. When you look at in the area of education, in terms of just the extension or at the Soufre Primary School,
Yes.
you know, for example, if you know Soufre, we did not have a hall to have any meetings. Now it's an extension to the Soufre Primary School, but it is the space that the entire community is using. So we have done work. We have done work. The work that I've done with my farmers in particular, my Fonchejat farmers, in terms of supporting them. 52 of our Fonchejat dashing farmers receive $1,500 to help them expand their cultivation. We moved from that and we went to Myers Bridge and we supported 30 vegetable farmers. In addition to that, the Ministry of Agriculture has provided the technical support, the fertilizer, the water tanks, and I'm pleased now that we have a dashing industry. And the people at Export St. Lucia is saying that dashing is one of the fastest growing agricultural exports at the moment. It is because we did targeted intervention. That is what we are doing, and that is what we have done. That is what we have done.
Okay. So, Minister Hippolyte, you spoke about plans for the Soufre Hospital. So, this will just go in connection with what are your new plans for your constituency, whatever you would like to continue or begin if you win your seat for Soufre Forseja.
Well, what we want to continue first, you know, we have the construction of the Soufre Admin Center.
Mm-hmm.
That is where we had the old town hall, the continuation of that, the whole GPH project, the installation of a jetty in Barron's Drive, the renovations of the new L jetty by the police station, the entire boardwalk area from the market over to Barron's Drive. The transformation of the Soufre waterfront is something that is critical. We have what is coming next for us. We have the HRDC in Chateau Bel. That's a must. We have identified government has purchased the land there, and we are because the people of Chateau Bel, in terms of physical infrastructure, has really been overlooked. And this time we're paying attention to Chateau Bel. We have paid attention to Bouton by giving them first a community center, and now what is coming for Bouton next is the bus lay-by that we want to do for them, and in addition to that, to fix up the playing field. For Fourchajak, for Fourchajak in particular, what is coming? The people asked for the River Dore Road. I am pleased that the government have purchased the land, authorized the purchase of lands alongside that road. So coming in next term, God willing, is to establish this significant farm road so that we can increase production in food crops in Fourchajak. What is also coming for Fourchajak is a Fourchajak Community Center. Because if those of you who know Fourchajak, the top, we have the court, the entire bottom is open. What I have done there is to put change rooms and toilet now. And next term, when I am the Palo Rep again, I will build in the Fourchajak Community Center.
Wonderful.
When you look at the area for Palmis, which is the old copra factory,
Mm-hmm.
this is a space that is left, the only open space that is left for Soufre. And we have started the transformation of what it is that we want there. We have existing manufacturers in that factory. We're going to work with them to ensure that we are going to rationalize the space a lot more. We are going to use the historical equipments that are there, turn it into a tourism project. We are going to put in a building in there to allow us to do our call centers. And in fact, we are putting a section there for agricultural processing of fruits and vegetables. So that is a space we really want to expand into Soufre's commercial space, as we would like to see it. That's that area there. So we significantly want to do that. We want immediately we get in to start our new hospital. That is a must. We would really want to have a building for our pre-K because what we have in Sufra, lots of children who cannot go, parents cannot pay for the private schools. Government is already supporting that. We have already constructed a small area next to the infant school, as but it is very limited. So you definitely need an additional building for that.
Wonderful.
So each area there, Fonchajak, Chateau Belair, Soufre Town, we have started in Zeno, for example, we've installed our multi-purpose court, and next term is a continuation of the community building for there. We need to do the Deville Road, for example. I know the people in Deville have been screaming. We're able to do the front, but that whole Deville Road to Monlacqua will receive attention.
Wonderful. So, Minister Hippolyte, I am sure that your constituents of Soufrière Force Jacques are breathing a sigh of relief, really relieved that so much work has been done thus far, and there are many plans for so much more because it's to the benefit of them and for us as an island whole. So, any final words for you today?
The final word is
Mm-hmm.
I want to take this moment to thank the constituents of Soufrière Forchejat for the tremendous support and encouragement that they have provided. And I want to remind them that this election, it is not about personal, it's about putting this country of St. Lucia, maintaining the growth path that we are in. And I'm asking today, I'm humbly asking all of my constituents, every member of my constituent, and all of St. Lucia as well, to come out and to vote for country, to vote for country, to vote for your parliamentary rep and for our prime minister, able prime minister, Philip Joseph Pierre. God is with us, and I know that this is what is going to happen.
Wonderful. So we're looking forward to the Soufrière Admin Center, Jetty in Barons Drive, GPH project, transformation of the waterfront, the bus lay-by for Bhouton. We're looking forward to so much more when Auntie Emma comes back. So
God
thank you
is
very
good.
much.
God is good all the
Yes,
time.
all the time. So thank you very much, Minister Emma Hippolyte, for visiting the Red Table today. It has been an inspiring discussion. And of course, we're looking forward to so much more and wishing you the best on December 1st.
Thank you very much. Same to you, and continue the good works.
Thank you.
God bless.
God bless you as well. Thank you. Thank you so much, St. Lucia, for listening to The Red Table today. I'm your host, Ika Fergus. Join me again tomorrow, God willing, 7:30 a.m. for another one-on-one at The Red Table.
Uh huh. Yes.